Dabi. You said, I'm interested, blah, blah, blah. You should say, I'm interested in. To be interested in, you need to use the word in. When you were talking about the festivals, it's not a mistake. You kept saying they will be held in, that will be held in, this festival will be held in. But because you were saying it so many times, it kind of got repetitive. You can just say, this festival will be in. This festival is in. You don't have to... It is the correct word to be held in. But if you want to mix it up or just say it shorter, you can just say just in. These bands, you were talking about the bands, they will be shown in this festival. The art is shown, right? Like an art exhibit. The bands will play at or will be at. And then a couple times you said without no effort. Without no effort. You would say without any effort. Without any effort. Without no effort, that's a double negative, right? Without no effort. Without any effort. Ted, you said it makes me sympathize the five main characters. When say sympathize with, use the word with. You said my previous life. It sounds a little bit strange.
Sorry,
There's other words you could say. My younger days, when I was young. I would say that. And again, you said my future life. Not as strange. That's a little bit more normal. But again, you can just say my future instead of future life. It's okay. That one's not as bad. It's impossible to success every time succeed. And then you said he got big shot, Steve Jobs. He got his shot, maybe? Big shot, if it's used together. He got his big shot. Yeah, maybe you need to say it was his big shot. Because if you use the word big shot, sometimes if you call someone a big shot, that's a kind of a negative thing. He's a big shot. Oh, I'm so rich. I had this nice car. I'm a big shot. Kind of negative term. Maybe he got his shot or he finally had his shot. You can use the word big if you really want to. Alex, his annual salary is really pretty much. Maybe say it's really high or it's quite big. Furnitures, no S. Furniture. And it's not imaginable. I would maybe replace that with the word realistic. It's not realistic. Suyeon, you said that asking time was very meaningful for me. You were talking about trying to decide asking time. The word asking. Maybe you can say that time off was very meaningful for me, or that I'm trying to think of a better term to use. Meditation sounds a little bit too that free time, that time off, that time. You could just simply say that time. Asking time doesn't. The word asking sounds out of place there. You said I don't know his behind story. Maybe it's just I don't know his background. Ban Ki-moon. I don't know his behind story. Doesn't really fit. You said his performance was like a bottom. Like a bottom it doesn't work. Maybe you could say his performance was not that strong, not that good, quite poor. And then you say, I felt I'm alive. Use the word like or I felt like I'm alive. I felt that I'm alive. Throw in the word like or that and it sounds better. Soo-hyun, they're just saying about how they can survive. Talking about. You would say they're just saying that they can survive, but they're just talking about, especially if you're going to use the word about, talking about. This is, I could not understand if you said this is very new feel or field to me. Feel or field? You said field with a D, right? So two small mistakes, you would say this is you need the word a very new field for me instead of to me. And again, adopted to, you are adopted by. And start to prepare the exam, start to prepare for the exam. All of those are just very small ones. And they did very hard time. They had a hard time. They were having a hard time. He's having a hard time these days. Or he was having a hard time. Myung-jung, I felt sympathized with his mention. Use sympathize as the verb instead of feel. I sympathized with him, and his mention sounds quite a little bit strange. I sympathized with him, or with what he said. I sympathize with, like I told him, almost always use with, sympathize with. Get over about it, know about, just get over it, I got one problem, maybe say had or have instead of get. Strong spirit, you were talking about the soccer player, right? Maybe strong mind is better. Strong spirit can work, but you even pointed to the head, so I thought maybe strong mind was better. And then you were talking about the violin, you used the word exercise. You would need to say practice. Exercise is really, really only used with physical exercise. You can have sometimes like some math exercise or something like that, but not with violin. And last one, GA, about the graph, you said the second most reason. You need another word there. The second most common reason, the second most popular. Common would work really good right there. Or you can just say second biggest reason as well. You said after graduation of high school. Just say after graduating high school or after graduation. High school graduation. My best interest in these days, I wasn't 100% sure what you wanted to say, but maybe my main goal or my main interest, you could also say. She want me to, her bridemaid, you just left out the word be. She wants me to be her bridemaid. And you said she is marrying with a French guy. Marrying with. Grammatically, I guess it's okay, but we almost always say getting married to. She got married to, or she's getting married to. In that instance, she's getting married to a French guy. Even, you could say she will marry, but we usually almost say she's getting married to a French guy. Any questions? Okay, we will start.